talking about phonics, you're talking about what is this letter and what is the sound that it makes, right? Or what are these groups of letters and how do they work together to make one cohesive sound, right? Usually you're talking about some rule-based things like magic E or silent E, right? When you have a short vowel versus a long vowel. One of the most basic rules that we teach our young first graders usually start learning it, more advanced kindergartners, second graders, we have to remind them, is that magic E rule. So if I have the word hat, and if I add my magic E at the end, this doesn't have a sound, but it's going to tell this letter to say its name, right? And so that's how we turn short vowels into long vowels. And so oftentimes, that's a skill that your first grade students are going to be struggling with. And that's something that they're learning. And once they start learning about magic E, the next thing that is going to cause them to stumble are like, well, how else do we make the A sound, the long A sound? And so it will be combinations of vowels usually working together. And that will really throw them off sometimes. So for example, other ways to make the A sound are when the A and the I work together, or the A and the Y, right? And so you don't have actually a lot of magic E words, like long E words with magic E, but you do have, to make the E sound, you've got E's and EAs, right? And so all these vowels together, when you're working at the level, let's say like cat, this isn't too bad. This isn't too hard because you have one-to-one correspondence. You got one letter, you got one sound, right? So the word cat, you've got 3 sounds, 3 letters. It's pretty concrete. Sound it out is going to work just fine. Once we start adding magic letters or vowel combinations, that's when sound it out is going to break down and it's going to get a little bit complicated. And so these are just things for you as tutors to kind of keep an eye out, because they're going to cause your kids to stumble, right? And then once you catch, like, I see you stumbling with words that have multiple vowels in them, that's something that you can kind of pull out and kind of work with them a little bit. Something else, especially if you're first grade, second grade, that's going to cause your kids to stumble are endings to verbs. EDs, INGs, like they'll see the word by itself, let's say walk, they'll see it, they can read it, they recognize it, add an ED to it, what? Like that's it, like you've spoken in a different language, they don't even recognize it anymore. So those are just things to kind of look out when a child is reading with you that are all the kind of things that we talk about when we're thinking about phonics.
For more information on phonics, visit tutoring.uncc.edu for resources, including the Tutoring Handbook. This video was developed by the Center for Adolescent Literacies at UNC Charlotte with support from United Way of Central Carolinas.